yo, and welcome to Heartcore, the Human Design Podcast. I'm Cel, that's Miko.
Hi, everyone.
And today we are counting down the days. We have 4 days till Mother's Day. Have you gotten your mom a present? If so, awesome, you're ahead of the game. If not, and you're a last minute shopper like me, then listen to this episode for what gifts to get your mom based off of her human design. We're going to talk about a couple of different areas, break down some centers, some channels, the types, and give you a little bit of a sprinkle and some inspo as to what your mom may like for this Mother's Day, out of the normal Mom's Day brunch and flowers. Like, you can still do that, but go above and beyond and get her some more stuff. So, Miko, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so with everything in human design, we always say that, but the whole design matters. And additionally to that, also her past experiences, her hobbies, her interests. So take all of that into consideration. But we're going to just start with the centers and take a look at a few of them, which may indicate certain things that she may like. So with everything that we're also going to share when we're talking about the gates and or the channels, it matters which planets are defining these things. So keep that in mind as well. And we're just going to get started with the centers and also here if it's a consciously defined center or unconsciously defined center. So what we mean by that, if the line that is connecting two centers is red, this is an unconscious definition. Even if half of it is red, it is still unconsciously defined. If it's completely black or partial, like fully black with a little bit of red in there as well, that means that it's consciously defined with some unconscious elements. And then they will have a more in-depth connection to these centers. So they will be more aware of these centers, these definitions. And it also depends which planets are defining these centers. So the channel or the gates in between these centers. Because if it's going to be a very low planet in the hierarchy of human design, speaking of, for example, Pluto or Uranus or Neptune, these are very low in the chart. So when you're looking at your human design chart, you will see the planets listed from top to bottom. And that's what I mean by low. It is generational planets, so they're slower moving. And that's why you have less of a connection to them a lot of times. The higher up the planets, the more aware you will be of those as well, whether they're consciously or unconsciously defined. So all of that being said, starting with the centers, we're going to take a look at the open or undefined head at first. So the head center is about inspiration, and these are individuals that can get inspired by everything and everyone around them. So great ideas for mothers that have an open or undefined head, maybe an art gallery visit or a museum visit. What is it that she really loves? What are activities or interests that she has? And go along with these. Find some events around you or some local stores or local galleries that are merging with her interests and take her along, because what mothers most of the time really love and want is to spend time with their loved ones, and especially her kids. So consider just going to an event that feels inspiring to her.
Alrighty, moving down the human design chart. A defined sacral connected to the spleen. Double check your mom's chart, see if she's got this on it. Ask yourself, does she enjoy exercise? If she's into exercising at home or by herself at the park or at the beach, perhaps something for her home gym or some type of sports equipment could be helpful to enhance this workout routine for her. If she's got to burn off that energy in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's, my mom just got them, so it's in my mind. She's got herself a new pair of orthopedic shoes, so that can't be on my list to get her anymore, but she's super stoked on them. So noodle that and what would be best for your mom in that regard to get that energy out.
And the reason for the defined spleen and defined sacral connection, so really a channel connecting these two, is because these individuals, they can exercise by themselves while also cleansing their immune system. So if you don't have this connection, if you don't have a defined sacral or a defined spleen, and if you don't have a channel connecting these two, then it is recommended to exercise while you're out and about with other people. So this could be a preferred spot in the park or at the beach surrounded by people, but also going to the gym. So that's why this gift would be really helpful for moms that do have this connection, because they can just exercise by themselves without anyone else around. The spleen is known as the immune system, and it is a survival instinct. So when the spleen is defined, these are individuals that are aware of what is healthy, what is unhealthy for them, but this awareness happens in the now. It's a split-second awareness, and they are the ones that, when there's a fire in the house, try to follow them, because they will probably know how to save their butt. So just keep that in mind. But when we're talking about the undefined spleen, these are individuals who are taking in the energies of others, especially health-wise. So having an undefined spleen, a great thing to do is to actually spend time in nature. And it doesn't mean that you have to take this individual hiking, although if they do have a defined sacral, maybe they need to burn off that energy. If they don't have it, then maybe it is just spending some time in nature, having a picnic, or just enjoying yourself at the side of the lake and having great conversations with them, or going fishing. Just enjoying some time in nature in between some trees, because trees are really good in soaking in the energy that you have that is accumulated within you that doesn't belong to you. So you're able to release it more easily.
Get outside, for sure. So the undefined sacral. If you got someone in your life who's a manifestor, projector, or reflector, consider getting something to help them wind down in the evening. Maybe that's a meditation app, a voucher that they can use, a white noise machine. They have these earplugs now. I know it's slightly different and slightly off topic, but they have these earplugs now that are like reusable. Just bought myself a pair, undefined sacral over here. And I also find an eye mask to be really helpful. So if you kind of bring all of that into like a cute little gift basket situation, that could be really fun to help your undefined sacral mother wind down before bed. Ooh, also some sleepy time tea. Delicious.
Yeah, and on the other hand, it's also not being woken up in a shocking way. To me, this is horrible. If I have an alarm that goes din, 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 I'm going crazy. So for me, one of the best things that I've invested my money in is the sunrise clock. I'm not going to mention the brand here, but a sunrise clock which wakes you up with natural sunlight, mimics the sunlight, and it kind of opens up and becomes brighter and brighter and brighter, and then you just wake up and you're like, and the birds start chirping. You can choose tropical birds, and I'm in heaven. Like, okay.
The first time you and I hung out and I heard your wake up bird chirpy things, I was just like, oh my God, what is this? This is so magical. That was also after a night of freaking church bells going off every hour. I thought that was a nightmare. Guys, do not try and sleep when you're in Italy. That's it. Don't expect sleep in Italy. Long story long. It is magical, and I've since changed my alarm to birds chirping in the morning, rather than the aggressive church bells I used to wake up to.
You actually had a church bell alarm?
Yeah, actually.
So Italian. Yeah. I miss it. I needed it, man.
David thought I was crazy because I've had that on since I was like maybe 18 or 19. And he's like, are you trying to send me subliminal messaging? This is like when we just started dating. He's like, why do you have church bells? I'm like, bro, chill, man. It's not a you thing. This has been my thing for years at this point. Yeah.
Oh my God. And they say genetics have nothing to do with how you behave. Yeah. No, they don't say that, but that's a sign that it actually has an impact, being Italian. Waking up to church bells. Yeah. When I was living in Florence, every morning at 6 a.m., these bells from the actual Duomo, they woke me up because I was not far from it. So moving on to the undefined G center. So just check your mom's chart and see whether it's defined or undefined. We're just giving a few ideas of how to navigate her chart, and I'm sure you will find at least one thing that resonates here. So the undefined G center, a gift voucher for them would be maybe something along the lines of a human design reading, an astrology reading, a medium reading for themselves or their pets, and or maybe even an astrocartography or tarot reading, because the undefined G center often looks for direction outside of themselves. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily the right thing, because an undefined G center is super intuitive regarding other people, and they are able to take in the other. They're able to recognize who the other truly is, and they often feel like they're lost. They don't really know their own self because they're often looked at as chameleons. They can adapt to their environment, to the social surroundings, so the people that are around them, and then they get dragged into a direction depending on who's around them. So I know that they often search for external guidance, but you actually have this internal guidance. If you do have an undefined G center, bear that in mind, because there is so much wisdom and knowledge inside of you. And when you're just in the right environment, when you're choosing the right environment, things are serendipitously going to happen to you. You're going to find the right direction. I always describe it as being on a lake in a canoe and not having the paddles. So you're just on this lake as an undefined G center. The lake is your environment. And if you're on the right lake, it's actually not a lake, it's a river. When you're on the right river, the stream is going to take you somewhere. It's going to take you into a direction. So when there's a junction that is coming and you have no paddles and you're trying to somehow navigate the boat into the other direction, even though it's trying to bring you into one side of the junction, you're going to waste your energy and you're going to exhaust yourself. So choose which river you're on. That is the more important part. And then let the stream guide you towards the right direction. So choose which environment you're in. Choose a healthy environment. Choose one that nourishes you, that feels great for you. And then let that environment just take you. But yeah, undefined G centers are often looking for external guidance. So if your mom has an undefined G center, and she is into more of a spiritual aspect in life, then she may really resonate with one of these vouchers.
And Miko and I have a mutual friend who does pet mediumship. So if that is of interest, we will drop her contact info, like her website, in the show notes below, so you guys can check that out too, because she's awesome.
Yeah, she's really good.
Alrighty guys, on to the undefined root. If you have an undefined root, like your girl right here, everything is going to give you anxiety. Let's be real. Okay, maybe not everything. That's an exaggeration. But feeling external pressure is pretty common with an undefined root, right? Mitigating that and leaning to more grounding practices can be really helpful. So getting gifts for your mom to help her de-stress, to ground, can be a really good option. So a collection of wind down teas, like we talked about earlier, some sleepy time tea, chef's kiss delish, some grounding socks or a yoga mat to really help her lean into that practice, perhaps even barefoot shoes, or just we've said getting into nature so much, but like getting into nature is really good, man. Rub some dirt on it. Like, get your feet in the sand, get your feet in the grass. Although, having been a dog mom for 8 years, I don't like to walk around in grass because I know dogs poop in grass. So maybe find a dog-free park or something along those lines, or bring some wet wipes with you, whatever the case may be. Reground into nature.
Oh my god.
You're losing it, Miko. You're losing it. Long story long.
Because you're so
ground.
right.
But it's dog mom life, dude. I don't walk around in grass anymore because I know dogs poop and it's gross.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on to the next one.
On to the next one.
Defined ego. So we talked about this before starting to record this episode. And what we figured out was that it's really about what you want, what you really, really want.
Tell me what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what I really, really want.
I wanna. Oh my god. Okay. The defined ego.
So yeah, that. Us.
Us. Because we came to this. Well, how did we come to this conclusion, Celestina? Would you like to explain this one, or would you like to just...
Having a defined ego? I mean, dude, okay,
No.
so...
Like why we should ask the defined ego of what they want instead of just surprising them out of the blue.
Do you want me to share my story?
If you want to share your story.
I can share my story. So, an undisclosed person several years ago, I think it was for my 28th birthday, got me a fishing trawler excursion for my birthday. I get seasick. I don't like the smell of fish. I enjoy eating fish. I don't particularly enjoy fishing, nonetheless. I was on a boat for like 6 hours for my 28th birthday, and I was just so PO'd. I went on an angry run. That may be the second time in my life I've had to go on an angry run as a manifester. That's usually not how I channel my anger, but can't blow up at people who are in families of yours, your family. Long story long. Do not surprise people. I wasn't informed of this. So maybe this is like semi a manifester thing, but like as a defined ego, I prefer to do what I would want to do on my birthday. And then like 2 or 3 years later, David actually asked me what I wanted to do for my birthday. And all I wanted to do was like hang out where we lived in Germany and go to like the festival that was going on that day. Eat some chicken wings, drink some frö, some kolsch. It was a really chill day and that was perfect. So long story long, ask your defined ego people what they want to do, because if it's in their heart, they will tell you. Most certainly they will tell you.
Maybe it's also an inner authority thing, an ego authority, because I'm not sure if every ego feels this way now that we're talking about it, but I definitely feel that way. I like to not have things be sprung on me, because sometimes I just don't want to hang out with certain people. And if there would be a surprise party and I would have to hang out with everyone like that, then I would be like, I don't think this works for me right now.
I think a surprise party would be my nightmare, unless like all of the like really good friends that I've had from all over the world come together in one room. That's the only way it would be okay.
Yeah, I agree. But if there are some people that you just don't want to talk to, or you've had a really tough day or a few days before then, and then you have to entertain people and you're just like, I just want to curl up and do nothing. Yeah. So yeah, noodle that one, as Celestina would say.
Love it. Okay, on to channels. We've talked about centers. Now, if your mom has a defined 35-36 channel. This is going from the emotional center to the throat center. Take a look at that. Perhaps something adventurous or something new that she can go and experience with or without you. Remember, Miko said, moms just love spending time with you. But who knows? She may want to do it by herself. I don't know. Think of something new, adventurous. Maybe she's been alluding to, and she's like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if whatever that is, we swam with sharks? I don't know. Maybe your mom's really adventurous. Maybe it's a little bit less cray-cray and she's like, what if we went to the third story of the mall and shopped only that floor? I don't know. Whatever that is to give your mom that new experience. Yeah, if she's got the full channel 35-36.
Did you just come up with that?
Bro, I don't know. Things just happen up here.
Undefined head. Open head even.
Maybe something's connecting with my throat and my ajna today. Maybe that's happening. I don't know.
So the next channel that you can look at is the 4037 channel. And that one loves to eat. It loves to have good food and have good company while having good food. So yeah, maybe it's going to be taking her to her favorite restaurant, or taking her to a restaurant where you know the food is really good and bringing her along for the ride. Or maybe you just gift her a voucher for her, and if she does have a partner, for her and her partner to go and enjoy some delicious food at that restaurant. Yeah, the 4037 is really about connections with people that are very close to them, their tribe, but also doing it in an atmosphere where there's food involved a lot of times. They do also enjoy their alone time. So the 40th gate really does enjoy spending time by themselves. Consider that as well. But if it is one of those days, that's why vouchers are great, where they can just decide, okay, today is not the day, but maybe sometime down the line, I would love to go to that restaurant with you or with whoever they choose to.
Love that insight. My mom and I both have the 40 Undefined. We don't have the full channel together, but we do love food and we do love our alone time. But we also enjoy spending time together eating food. So there you go. Okay, guys, on to the gates. If your mom has the first gate defined, so check out her G center. Perhaps give her something that can get her creative juices flowing. If she's loved pottery but never done a pottery course, maybe that's the thing. Or an art class, like a wine and paint kind of situation could be pretty fun. Maybe a photography class. Maybe if you're in a big city, maybe there's like a group that's already doing a photography thing and you can like go along. I know they do that in New York and I know they did that in Vegas. So maybe there's something along those lines. Or maybe you're just amateurs and you take your iPhones out with you and you go shoot something, you know? Not like shoot like pew pew, but like click click shoot something. Give that a shot. Or if you're like my mom who's a 2/4, just adding a whole nother layer of complexity in there, she likes paint by numbers. My aunt got her one of those last year. So doing like a paint by numbers at home could be really fun too. And again, you don't have to like go out for all of this, right? Like you can make this happen at home if you're super creative as well.
Exactly. Then the 46th gate, defined. That is treating your body like a temple. And therefore, it would be really beneficial to, maybe if she enjoys it, because not everyone enjoys massages, but having a voucher for a massage, or you can send her to the spa or go to the spa with her, maybe enjoy a sauna day, or anything that you can figure out that would help her treat her body like a temple. It could also be a cooking course, for example, where she learns to treat her body like a temple, or she finds out more about how to provide her body with the right nutrients. It could also be bubble bath salts that you handmade with essential oils and some lavender petals, or anything along those lines.
So what you're trying to say is treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
Help your mom treat herself.
Treat yourself. Do you know what that's from?
No.
Parks and Rec. So good.
I watched it.
Treat yourself. Okay, guys, we are winding this through and we're going to hop into types. So if your mom is a projector, invite her to do something that you know she'll love, and then also show your recognition for who they are, what they mean to you. So what that could look like is asking her, involving her in the process and being like, hey, would you want to do her favorite thing with you? Maybe that's, I don't know, grab high tea at the bougiest hotel. I don't know where I'm coming up with this stuff, but maybe it's grabbing maybe it's, oh my God, maybe it's like really dressing up and grabbing high tea, and that'd be super cute. And then you like give her a card at high tea that expresses your love for your mom. Or you're bold and you bring a guitar and you serenade her at high tea. I don't know what's happening out there. Those are just some ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, or maybe just go low-key with the card, and just be like, love you, Mom. Write a haiku. That's a little less cray-cray, but also as creative, so options.
Super nice. Yeah, projectors love when things are being made for them. At least I do. So, as a generator, maybe it is about something that satisfies them. Because, as you know, the generators are all about satisfaction. Well, if you don't know, then check out our first few episodes. Episode 226, I think, or 225. And satisfaction is what it's all about. Having them feel this bubbly joyfulness inside of their bellies. And finding something to bring them to something that will bring this out. Maybe it's a comedy show where they can just enjoy themselves. Maybe it is a rock concert or any kind of concert.
Look at you riffing.
Yeah, it's just something that makes them happy and that brings out this radiating, enveloping aura of theirs. Or it can just be some kind of physical exercise as well along those lines.
Love it. All right, on to manifestors. So what's fun is that Miko asked me before we started recording, she's like, what do you think manifestors would really like for Mother's Day? I mean, the idea is peace, right? To be able to relax and achieve peace as a manifestor. My first thought, I don't have kids, I have a dog, right? So take this with a grain of salt. But my first thought is be by myself and escape all of the things that give me the stress in my life. So for me, that'd be a spa day, like a massage, like a dry sauna, a wet sauna, like a cold plunge, like a hot plunge, what is that called? A bubbly thing with hot water in it. That sounds magical. Drinking tea, massage chairs with your feet elevated. Oh, all of that just sounds so good. And doing it by myself. Maybe that's because I'm a 2.
6'2".
6'2". Maybe it's because I got a 2 line in me. I don't know.
I promise I love you guys, but I just need some time and peace.
Yeah, but I think giving a manifestor mom a section of the day by herself could be nice to achieve peace and then come back to the family in some way, shape, or form. Could be nice. Just throwing that out there.
I'd have to second that for the projectors and potentially even for the reflectors out there. I feel like they also need some time and space, at least some of that day. So yeah, I think creating that and having a time, or maybe hiring a nanny for that day to take care of the kids and for her to just go and enjoy herself, or you take over the kids and take care of, or if you are a kid actually listening to this, you're probably already old enough to take care of yourself, but just give her some space. That's a great idea. And for reflectors, additionally to that, spending time in nature so that you can really release all of those pent-up energies that are not yours. And yeah, we've mentioned that a few times, but it is very helpful for reflectors as well to just have some peace and quiet for themselves.
The one reflector I have in my life is a dude, but I've seen him so much happier on days when he can get to the beach. It just resets him completely, and he's far less stressed out. So get outside. All right. And last but not least, the manifesting generators out there, or the manifesting generator mamas out there. Think about helping them engage or engaging with them in some type of physical activity, right? Like getting that energy out for the day. So maybe it's a gift card or a gift voucher for something a little bit more extreme, like a Formula 3 racing experience or skydiving or swimming with sharks. I don't know. Maybe it's none of those things, and maybe it's just being physically active with your mom.
I feel like you really want to go swimming with sharks. Is that something that we should consider while we're in Hawaii?
I don't know. Also, have we told the people that we're going to be meeting IRL? I mean, not meeting.
No.
But like meeting up again, IRL. Okay, so we're doing that at the end of this month, which is super exciting. We can share more about that in a minute. But MG mamas out there, like, get them excited about doing whatever they're excited about, right? So think of it as a blend between the manifester and the generator, and combine those two together to make the ultimate day for your mama. So she's satisfied, but also feeling that peace. So maybe not swimming with sharks.
The sharks have eaten it. It can be very peaceful.
Yep, sure.
Just snorkeling with turtles, okay?
I've snorkeled once in my life and I had so much anxiety. I had a panic attack in the water, dude. It was not good.
Okay, cool.
Chlorinated bodies of water where I can touch the bottom are my bread and butter.
Well, you know nothing else is floating around in them.
Yeah.
I get it. And as our last little recommendation, the queen of gift giving, Oprah Winfrey, always brings out, I think it's every year. I feel like it's every year. She has a Christmas gift list, and there are some really cool ideas on there. Of course, they're usually a bit more pricey. So with everything that we've suggested today, always consider the beautiful idea of creating something yourself if you have the time to do that, because that really is, to me, the most beautiful thing, because that means that someone has actually invested their time and energy into it, or to just spend time and energy with the person. To me, those are the most beautiful things to do. So if you don't want to go through Oprah Winfrey's Christmas list of gift ideas, then maybe sit down, draw something, paint something, glue something. Write something.
Everyone loves a macaroni necklace, guys, regardless of your age, you know? String some macaroni and give it to your mama. She'll love it.
Or just go pick some flowers in the fields. Also a good one. Oldie but goodie. So if you haven't done so yet as well, we've covered an episode on Oprah and her partner. So check out episode 55. And if you liked any of the suggestions, if you have some suggestions that would help other people listening to this episode, drop them down in the comments below. And thank you very much for listening.
Toodles, guys.
Bye.
Hug your mom.
Yes, most important. Hardcore, the Human Design Podcast. Bloopers. Being on a lake in a canoe, on a boat, canoe. Tell me.
Canoe. It's a canoe.
Oh my god. One day, Celestina will actually have a light stand.
Ready for the bloopers. So good.